Thank you, Chair. I am from Colombia, a middle-income country, and I speak on behalf of the Women's Major Group. As women environmental organizations, we work locally with communities and have formulated 3 key priorities for action to build and strengthen resilient societies. Women's equal participation and leadership in decisions that affect them and their communities is a prerequisite for building resilient societies, from local and community-driven decisions to decisions on public investments, whether the focus is on street lighting, on safe public sanitation, on preschool childcare. These are all priorities which the women and feminist organizations demand. Gender-responsive budgeting is an essential tool for bringing these priorities into planning and implementation. Safe cities and resilient societies are the second key priority. Gender-based violence is especially acute in our countries, particularly in peri-urban and slum areas, in public transportation and in rural areas, including those where conflict situations are present and after disasters. In my country, in the last 32 days, 34 environmental and social leaders have been assassinated in situations linked to conflicts around lands, territories, and resources, where powerful interests go against indigenous peoples and local community rights. This in the face of a post-conflict scenario. We presented this at our side event yesterday and are calling for much stronger action to end violence against women, and especially against women, human rights, and environmental defenders. Our indigenous peoples and local communities are the real experts in resilience. They have survived for thousands of years and are the world's stewards of nature and sustainable use. If we are to learn from resilience, let us learn from them. Indigenous peoples and local communities are increasingly facing internal and external threats, disappearing together with the associated biodiversity. We call for enhanced awareness about the connection between cities and rural food producing and natural resources area. If we don't stop the greedy and unsustainable consumption in cities, our supply for water and other basic resources is undermined. Our local people suffer and get murdered in impunity. There needs to be more clarity from each citizen that the last remaining natural areas are disappearing and that we urgently need moratorium on mining and monoculture tree plantations. We need healthier diets and stop subsidizing biofuels and palm oil and other drivers of deforestation. Finally, it is not about an economic development model that brings profit to a few, whether incentivized or not. It's about recognizing human rights. The killings need to stop and governments need to be accountable. Otherwise, we are all behind. Thank you.